Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Just a little update on my life, real quick, on what's happening with the whole moving house situation. So, as of yesterday, Ellen and myself have 2 months to leave this apartment. Luckily, we got a 2 month extension. If not, we would have to be out now. But our landlady's helped us out. She's sold this house now, but of course, all the background stuff takes a while. The place we're buying, I might have mentioned, but it's no chain. The people don't live there already. They've moved out and they bought somewhere else. I had a couple of concerns before we agreed to buy the house. The biggest one was that these people bought the house in June 2023, and according to Zoopla, which gives you all the historical information on the sales, and you can see old pictures of how the house used to look, which is kind of cool. They tried to sell the house at the start of last year, January last year, and I thought, who, after all this stress, because it's very stressful, and you're paying money to solicitors, surveyor, experts on buildings, all this money you're paying out, maybe stamp duty as well, and to only have lived in the house for 6 months and to move, for me, that was a bit of a red flag. And the explanation was that they were relocating. And I found the people on Facebook who we're buying from. I mean, we got their names officially in paperwork now, but Ellen's a bit of a stalker. So she managed to find these people before. I can't remember how. Oh, I know. She found a Facebook page where people post houses for rent. And she found the person, the girl, posting it up for rent. And in there, she said, we're moving due to relocating. But they don't live that far away. So I'm like, why would you buy a house and relocate so quick? I mean, obviously they're now selling the house to us around this point, so they've been there a year and a half, but it was still a bit of a red flag. And then something came up on an environmental report where they check about, is there any risk of flooding? And this house comes up as a significant risk of flooding, not meaning from a river, meaning from the rain, surface level flooding. And we got this little map where every house is color coded, and every house but ours is fine, apparently. But this house specifically might have a flood risk. However, I have explored that because, believe me, it scared me, and I thought maybe we should back the fuck out of this one right now, even though we spent a bit of money at that point on the solicitors and these search fees. I spoke to someone on Facebook who lives in the neighborhood. I found them on the community page, and they told me they've lived there 20 years. They live opposite this house, and it's never had any issues with flooding in 20 years. I also contacted an environmental company who has records on flooding. They took a couple of weeks to come back to me, but they then said there's never been any flood on our record at this house, where they've had to send somebody out to deal with it. So still don't really know why it's a marker. I mean, it's down a slight slope. But I don't think it's an issue. I mean, I hope I don't eat my words there. In a month or two, I'm living in this house and then I'm swimming to work. But I don't think that's going to happen. However, we did pay a surveyor, had a report back this week. And the report says there's a couple of issues, which is probably normal when you're buying any house to find a couple of problems. With this one, the roof lining is torn. So under the tiling on the roof, some of the lining is torn, and that can be potentially costly to fix, meaning might cost a couple of £1,000, which isn't ideal. However, because we know that now, of course, we can say to the people selling to us, we've got a quote to repair this damage because we're looking into that. We need to knock that off what we had agreed to pay you because we weren't aware this was a problem before. There's also an extension at the back of the house, which kind of just expanded it and made it all open space. So the bottom of the house is all just kitchen, dining area, lounge, and then double doors to go outside. And it looks really cool. And I think it looks pretty well done. But there was something on the report about the render, the part of the wall at the bottom. There should be a gap, apparently, of 150 millimeters, which obviously isn't much. So that if water builds up, it doesn't get through the house easy. But then again, overall, the report says this house is okay to buy. It's not oh, these are massive red flags, don't buy this fucking house. And they also said there was no evidence of any damp or, any kind of water ingress inside the house. So while it might look on paper that extension should have been built a bit different or better, it probably in reality, it's been there 6 years, is okay. But we want to be sure, so we are going to seek confirmation from a builder. And there was a few other little problems, but it's really minor stuff. I mean, they have to cover their backs, these surveyors, so you don't sue them down the line and say, you didn't tell me about this. But they're the main two, the roof lining and the wall render. So we'll check into that. But most of the paperwork's all done at this point. We're just waiting for a form from the other side. I think they're quite keen to get this done too. They've hired a good solicitor who are well reviewed and are known to be quick. So we need to start fucking packing our shit, dude, especially the things we're not immediately using, because we might be moving in a few weeks, in a month. And it's stressful, but I'm so excited, honestly. Like I say, we've been here so long now. I want a garden. It'll be in time for spring. There's just a lot I'm excited about once all the stress has been dealt with. But anyway, yeah, my life's been a bit all over the place lately. There's been stuff that maybe I'll tell you about down the line when I can. Stuff that's been going on that's made it more stressful. I mean, like, Ellen's had stuff going wrong with her car. Her iPad, well, it was her fault, but she spilled drink on her iPad and it fucked the screen up and she couldn't write on it anymore. So she had to buy a new one because she uses it for work as a tattoo artist. Ellen Salmon Tattoo on Instagram, by the way, give her a follow. Her work's really impressive and I see how hard she works, and I know anyone in that industry, not anyone, some of them are shit. But Ellen and people like her, they really have to put the hours in. She does not stop. Most nights when she comes home after working, she can't just relax like I do, playing Grand Theft Auto or playing FIFA or Call of Duty or whatever. She has to draw or reply to emails and keep the bookings coming in. So it's been good for her lately, though. Normally this time of year is pretty dead quiet. But she did a Black Friday deal where people got discount by booking for December and January, and it's kept her really busy. So it's good to see. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you are well. Hope you had a good Christmas and all the best for this year. I'll update you probably at this point once I'm in the house, because I'm going to be very busy. See you later.